Okay, there's one last thing that you got to learn about trigonometry, and that is how to look up something like, what is the sine of 28 degrees? The sine of 28 degrees is equal to whatever this length is divided by this length. And it's a known ratio for all right triangles with using a 28 degree reference angle. And the way we used to, well, first of all, people would measure it, and then they started noticing that, that ratio is always the same, so they wrote it down. What is going on? I'm showing you guys Google. If you Google trig table books, you get these. These are examples of people writing down. Let's look at this old one. Why is it so tiny? Make it bigger. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. Enhance. This one's so old it has the old word sinus. You guys can't really read it up there. It says sinus. Oh yeah. Now I've really zoomed in. Sinus. And look, there's our good old guy, 28 degrees. I don't think that's actually 28 degrees. Let me zoom out. No, oh, it is. Come on, Wikipedia. Stop making me mad. I have to pause it. Okay, I figured it out. This is not 28 degrees. It is 75 degrees. 75.28. So if you, wow, this is really awkward. I bet this is a great video. So the sine of 75 degrees is pretty big. So the ratio is pretty crazy. According to this, it's 0.968. And according to my calculator, it's 0.967. Wait, I think I screwed that up. So now I'm on a calculator. Notice this degree sign? That's important. Because we're measuring angles with degrees. We're not using other measurements. There are other measurement systems. The next one you'll learn is radians, which we'll go over when I get back. But for now, just remember to put your calculator in degrees, and we'll leave radians to be mysterious. 75.28 sine. Yeah. So this ancient sine, that ancient sine book that I was showing you on Google is slightly off. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna collect my thoughts. It's really late. I'm leaving on vacation for spring break for 2 weeks. I've been planning this for 4 years to see the eclipse. So I'm trying to remember what I gotta tell you. Oh yeah. Okay, so on these calculators, sort of calculators, this one works like an iPhone. You just tell it the degrees. Or what's one we were doing earlier? 60 degrees. And then you hit the sine button. Here's the sine, cosine, tangent buttons. Dink. And 0.866. Remember that one from the lesson? Yeah. Thanks, calculator, for looking that up for us. Different calculators work differently. Where's my other one? On the floor. Move over, calculator. First of all, when I found this one, it was in radians, and then I had to hit this button, derg, degrees, radians, gradients. Okay, but now it's back in degrees. So this one you actually hit sine first, and the sine is right here. It looks like sin, but it's pronounced sine. And because we don't want to be sinning, that means miss the mark. We don't want to miss the mark. We want to hit the mark. What is the sine of 60 degrees? See, and now you hit enter, and there's 0.866. What about iPhone. You guys don't have iPhones, do you? I think Android phones have better calculators usually. Okay, first of all, if your calculator looks like this, you got to go into landscape mode. And if it won't go into landscape mode, you have to enable landscape mode first. And then, make sure it's not in radians. See this little, there's a button down here. It should just be in degrees. Okay, this one's where we have to hit 60 and then hit sine. There's our boy, 0.866. And the other one goes, the other, we can find the cosine of 60 degrees. 60 degrees, cosine, 0.5. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I remember, we got, that's what we got. Okay, now, for the most important one. Back to the duder. This next one always loads in radians, so this next one is super annoying. Because what does this look like, everybody? This looks like a quiz in Schoology. And over here we have a calculator. And then we can move it around. And look, it's in radians. So you hit this button, and now it's in degrees. And then how does this work? I think you hit sine. Yep, sine first. So this is my preferred method because it's kind of fun. Sine is 60. Instead of having to hit 60 sine, you actually hit sine 60. Great. Equals. There's our boy. 0.866. Let's find cosine. Oh, look, we got to clear it because it's trying to multiply now. Don't multiply, dude. Cosine 60. 0.5. Beautiful. Tangent 60. Oh, clear it out. And you don't have to finish the parentheses if you're not typing anything else. 1.73. Alright, I think I covered all the different ways you can look up these things. Make sure you're in degrees. Not radians, degrees. Okay, for those of you who are still watching, I'll explain radians. I can't resist. So curious, what's the heck? Basically, degrees takes a circle and chops it up into 360 little pieces. But radians take a circle and chops it up into 6 pieces. I'll talk to you about it more later. Alright, that's my last video, I think. Quiz on Friday. I'll see you next week with Tales of South United States of America.